HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Good evening, Alternative Healthcare Career Group. Again, this is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist, and yes, I am your Alternative Healthcare Career Coach tonight. This episode for tonight is brought to you by 80% is good enough. You know, when you go to school, and then you pass 75%, 80% is already good enough. And a lot of people, we want to be perfect. If you feel like you're a tiger mom, just like my wife, she wants everything 120%. But in reality, when you start your own business, when you start your own side hustle, when you're actually looking for an alternative career, your 80%, your 80% is actually good enough. Why? It's about taking action. It's all about taking action. So thank you very much, Aaron LeBauer. If you haven't checked out Aaron LeBauer, that's his logo there. Aaron LeBauer. Check him out. He's the cash-based PT. Thank you very much for that shirt, Aaron. So if you are watching live, please comment live. We want to know if you're watching live. We just want to know if you're watching live. And if you're watching on the replay, please comment replay, because we want to know too if you're watching replay, if this show is actually really helping you, inspiring you, pushing you to your next level, because we want to see if you and give you a special shout out. Let me go ahead and check out my cell phone here. Who are watching? We got people who are watching there. So hey guys, hello. Thank you very much, whoever you are. It says here Facebook user. I can't see your name, but thank you for watching. I see some of my friends in the Philippines. Thank you, Philippines, El Pilipinas. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, do you know that in the Philippines, we interchange the letter P and F? So we have what you call the P and F pattern, the P and F problem. So instead of saying problem, we say problem. If we say coffee, we say copy. So if you hear me doing that, it's my Filipino accent. Well, anyway, remember, every time I do the live thing, we have this special quotation for you. Today is December the 8th. It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday today. It says here, don't be afraid to do the work. Don't be afraid to do the work. A lot of people, we just I just don't want to do the work. No, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you really want to achieve your next level, if you want to go on to your next level in life, start your own business, open up your side hustle or whatever, you got to do the hard work, ladies and gentlemen. My wife, she runs a small, like a buy and sell thing, like a flea market. She does the work. She would go online, bid stuff, and gosh, it's not even easy. She would put the actual truckload. It will come in here in our house, put it in our garage, and she would unload it, clean it up, and actually, put the price and then put it in her stores, in her flea markets. And it's not easy. Same thing with me. When we started our business, we're still hustling. There's the reason why we start our own clinic. We have to do the hard work. So don't be afraid to do the work, ladies and gentlemen. And Mr. Severo, Senor, my friend, how are you doing? He says he agrees. Thank you very much for watching live. We appreciate you. But tonight, speaking of hard work, Speaking of not afraid of doing the work, we have a special guest. Our special guest for tonight is actually very special. That's why we call it special guest, right? She's very special because she is a physical therapist. She's a physical therapist. Hey, I see. Hey, Miss Pressy. Thank you very much, Miss Pressy. How are you doing? Thank you for watching. Well, anyway, let's go back to that introduction. Thank you very much, Miss Pressy. Uh, our where was I? I'm still here in Martin, Tennessee. Our special guest for tonight is actually very special. Why? Because she's a physical therapist. She has a doctor of physical therapy degree. She is actually based in New York / New Jersey, wherever that is. Who doesn't know where New York or New Jersey? So actually, right now, she's the rehab director of what you call the Rehab on Wheels of New York. Okay, the Rehab on Wheels of New York. We're going to ask her what that means, right? Rehab on wheels? What's that? It's like you go to a rehab with wheels. You put your shoes on with the wheels. I don't know. We're going to ask her. And she's actually the co-owner of the Rehab on Wheels of New Jersey. Gosh. So she's the rehab director in New Jersey, New York. And then she's the co-owner of the one in New Jersey. See that? You see that ingenuity there? And she also used to own a private practice in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn! That's how you pronounce it. We're going to ask her how you pronounce that accent. And right now, she actually, treats and sees patients in Staten Island in New York. Gosh, so plenty. I don't know how she does it. Okay, without further ado, we're going to bring in, her name is Dr. Catherine Addonizio, PT, DPT. What is going on, Catherine?
Hi, how are you?
You're good. Gosh, you are so
You aced
beautiful.
the name.
Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I think I have where is the Addonizio where are they from? Like
Italy.
Italy. See? Addonizio. Z.
Yep, you got it.
There you go. I just pretend, Well,
I
anyway,
am from New York.
from New York. Is that how you say it? New York?
You got it.
There you go. Well, first of all, thank you very much for coming over. And second, could you please tell us what do you really do? I mean, who you are, what you do, and where you're from. I know I read your stuff here, but just tell them how you can help us find our alternative career, Catherine.
All right. So I've been a doctor of physical therapy for a little over 11 years now. And for a while I worked, and then I opened my own private practice. I had that for about 6 years. And now I've moved on to Rehab on Wheels, which is a home care company. So I'm the rehab director for the Rehab on Wheels in New York. And in New Jersey, I'm the co-owner of that Rehab on Wheels. So we provide, physical therapy, home care to mostly Part B Medicare patients. And we also staff for companies that require Part A physical therapy and occupational therapy. Don't let me forget that other therapy.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So you said you've been practicing for 11 years. So when did you graduate? Like
2009.
Gosh, you look so young. So gosh.
Well, thank you.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? She's practicing PT for 11 years and owned her own private practice for 6 years. So let's just say 11 minus 6. Oh gosh, let's not do that, right? 11 minus 6.
Let's not.
In 5 years' time, ladies and gentlemen, she has started her own practice. I'm going to try to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to encourage you. A lot of people, even my current students, I have students that comes in. I have people that I coach left and right. And they're like, Michael, I'm just 10. I only have like 10 years of experience. I don't think I'm ready to start my own practice. It doesn't matter if you have 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, no years of experience. What matters is you take action. You're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to be rejected along the way. Might as well do it. Might as well do it, right? Do it now. Just like ripping up a Band-Aid, you're going to have to rip it out anyway. Just go ahead and pull it out, right? So she technically started her business 5 years after she's worked in rehab. So we're going to ask Catherine. So Catherine, so before you started your own private practice, so
Mhm.
where did you work?
Okay, so like you said, you have to put in the work. I worked actually a lot. I always had two jobs since I graduated from school. I always worked in a private practice. And then I also did early intervention at one time. And then I also worked for the Department of Ed at one time. But I always stayed in outpatient private practice while I dabbled in the other areas. So, I just really paid attention, took note on everything that was done in the office, how to run the office, asked a lot of questions. And then I said, like you said, rip the band-aid. I said, I have to dive in now. It's either now or never. I just need to do it. It was something I always wanted to do. And so what if you fail, right? You just leave or you do something else, or you always have your degree. You can always work somewhere else, but you can't always open a business.
Oh wow, that is such full of wisdom there, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You know what she did? She said she paid attention while she was working for someone else. Right now, if you are working for someone else, pay attention there, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention on all those details. Learn, and that's the reason why you're there. You're not just to work. You're not just there to work. You're also there to learn. Get those little nuggets and everything like that. Get it. Okay. Oh, this is how you do billing. Okay. Oh, this is how you do to get a referral. Oh, this is how you open up your own, get your what you call NPI or your EIN or your DBA or whatever. Learn from your current situation. Grow where you are planted, ladies and gentlemen. Grow where you're at. And that's what Catherine did. She grew and grew, not physically, I mean, she grew her hair, she grew her knowledge there. And then from there, she actually jumped into entrepreneurship. So, Catherine, I'm going to bring you back. Oh, you're back anyway. Normally, there's somebody operating this. Uh, but well, let me show this thing here real quick on our ticker here. That's our website, ladies and gentlemen, alternativehealthcarecareers.com. You got to check out our website. But let's go back to Catherine on diving into rehab on wheels. What is
Yes.
rehab on wheels, Catherine? I mean, you already mentioned, you're providing Part B,
Mhm.
staffing for Part A, which I'm actually doing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But how did you connect it? How did you end up with Rehab on Wheels? And what's the short story about it? So,
Basically a colleague of mine I knew, and we'd always been, in contact and, shared ideas about business. And, we worked together on some things. And then I had expressed that I wanted to like move into that area of work. So he said, come on down. He knew I had a lot of experience, ran my own business, that I would be, a good fit for his team. And it kind of worked out from there.
amazing.
Um, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna go back to you were saying, what is rehab on wheels? Are we, do we have wheels on our shoes or anything? It just refers to the fact that, each therapist is driving around in their car, which has wheels, or, maybe in the city in Brooklyn, they may be taking the train or a bus from patient to patient. So that's how we provide our home care, via wheels.
There you go. There you go. So a lot of us here, the only rehab or the therapy we know is actually home health. So another way for us to actually provide therapy is also doing outpatient at home. So it's called
Mhm.
rehab on wheels, technically.
There you
So
go.
basically, providing therapy or in-home therapy at home. So it's just like home health, but they don't have to be homebound. So
Right.
it's actually the perfect model, ladies and gentlemen. If you are doing home health, from home health, when the patient gets discharged and they're not really technically ready to go to a real brick and mortar outpatient therapy, that's where you come in. That's where rehab on wheels comes in. That's where my Jerryhab physical therapy comes in. We provide in-home therapy for for those therapists, for those patients who cannot go to the physical therapy clinic right now and just prefer to do the therapy at home. And it's amazing concept. So did you invented that concept, Catherine, or Rehab on Wheels already had that franchise or whatever you call that
That would be cool if I invented that, right?
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah. Well, it was Rehab on Wheels before I joined. They're not the first home physical therapy or occupational therapy company, but there are many out there. And we try to really individualize our treatments. We really, interview in depth all our therapists and make sure that they are going to provide our patients with quality care, because how else do you get more referrals, right? Or patients go back, tell the doctors, "Oh, I loved my patient, my physical therapist, my occupational therapist. They're so wonderful. They make me feel, special, or like they're really attentive to me." And then you get more referrals from that doctor. So that's how that works.
oh gosh, you mentioned the word quality care. Did you hear that,
Mhm.
ladies and gentlemen? Did you hear that? It's so easy to win in this game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying therapists are not really good, but it's so easy to win in this game. If you're providing in home physical therapy and you're starting your own business and you provide one on one therapy for 1 hour, you're going to eat those other home health companies alive. Not the home
Yep.
health companies, but the other therapists. You know
Mhm.
why? Because not all, I'm not saying it all, ladies and gentlemen, but most of the home health therapists, they come in and out. They provide like 20, 30-minute treatment. And here you
Yep.
are, an outpatient Part B provider. You're providing one-on-one, full hour, 6 to 8 minutes, 53 minutes, 4 units, 5 units of therapy, and you're there for a full hour. It's like life changing. You're not only providing, a hearing, listening ears. You're providing an actual, you're not only providing physical therapy, you're also providing a listening ear to your patient because you're not in a hurry. And in most of the home health agencies, or not agencies, but the therapists, they're in a hurry because they need to go and see more patients in the surrounding area. With you being your own outpatient Part B provider, you're there, you're taking your time, you're being the best, and you can provide the best quality service for your clients. Am I correct, Catherine?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fact that they're being listened to. A lot of them tell me, "Oh, you know, nobody ever stays here this long, or they don't listen to me," or they're just surprised if, like you said, you stay there for a full hour with them. They've never even seen that before, they tell me, and I'm like, "How are these other companies even functioning like this?" But that just goes hand in hand with success. There's no way for you to even say you just started your own business. There's no way for you to walk into somewhere of 20 minutes and run out and leave a lasting impact on anyone.
That is so true. I'm nodding my head like this. Is this nodding or this is nodding, right?
There you go.
So I'm doing that because it's actually the truth, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen. I've seen it again and again, and I have therapists that works for me, and they work for home health, and they're like, Michael, this is just really life changing. It's a slower pace for me. I enjoy it. I get to spend my time, and the paperwork is much lesser, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh
compared to
yeah.
doing home health. So when you're doing home health, the paperwork is so long. That's why you want to leave immediately, right? Because when
Mhm.
you want to do the paperwork in the car or whatever, right? And with
Yep.
doing outpatient home health, the paperwork is so easy that not super easy, but it's much easier compared to to home health. So before I keep on going, I see my classmate here. What's going on, June? Thank you very much, June. Appreciate you. Well, anyway, let's go back to our topic because it's easier because it's like an outpatient billing. So there's a difference between the billing on home health versus the outpatient. Obviously, outpatient is much easier compared to because obviously home health, they got all these regulations that they need to follow. Patient needs to be homebound. Patient needs to be this and that. Some medical. We need medical necessity in Part B too, but not as hard or difficult compared to home health because they got there's a lot of stuff with home health because the patient is much complicated. All right, so Catherine, I know you're a busy woman. We're just gonna go on a quick break. So we will be back after a few minutes.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Yes, welcome back to our show. Again, this is Dr. Mike Chu, a physical therapist, and we actually use HelloNote. So we're going to ask Catherine too, what's the EMR system that they're using on their what do you call this? On their clinic. They got multiple clinics, multiple clinicians. But before I bring her back, my good friend Lorgel Peña wanted to have some shout out. What's going on, Lorgel? By the way, Lorgel Peña, he is my classmate. Actually, his full name, I'm going to embarrass him now. Lorgel, his full name is called Lorgelito. Lorgelito, what's going on, brother? He's actually somewhere in UK now, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out there in United Kingdom of Emirates. No, United Kingdom in Europe. So what's going on there, Lorgel? I remember Lorgel and I remember this when we were kids. We went to a barber shop. This dude is really a big dude, really big muscular dude. And we went to a barber shop. We had we went to a military training. So I think we did the ROTC. You might remember, Lorgel, if you're watching, went to ROTC, and we had our haircut like this. And the barber actually cut his ears. And then he was so mad. He was bleeding and everything. He almost hit that barber. So, Lorgel, I miss you, man. Shoot me a message. Let's talk. I miss you, man. Let's go ahead. Where was I? We're going to stop distracting me, Lorgel. Yep. He said, yep, medics. We were a medic that time. We were a medic for Air Force in ROTC. He got cut there. He was so mad. He almost beat that barber dude. So, well, anyway, let's go back to our show. We are interviewing Dr. Catherine. I'm just going to call her Dr. Catherine. I cannot pronounce her last name. Addonizio from somewhere there again in Italy. Is that how you pronounce Italy? Or Italy? In the Philippines, we call it Italy. So, well, anyway, I showed up a commercial break called HelloNote. We're going to ask, obviously, Dr. Catherine, what EMR system they use. So, Dr. Catherine, welcome back. There you go. What EMR do you use in your clinic there?
We actually use HelloNote.
Boom!
Yeah.
Anyway, right?
I have to say HelloNote, I think is absolutely wonderful. I have used two very popular EMRs in the past, and I'd have to say that it's by far my favorite. Just the ease of use as a therapist. It even helps to populate, goals for you. I mean, what EMR does that? And it just really gives you everything you need. It makes things so simple. And now as a rehab director, I'm constantly auditing notes and going back and just, having to double check, are notes completed? Have all the therapists completed their notes in a timely fashion? Have they missed anything? A progress note, an eval? Everything. So they make it very simple to do that. There's a lot of different tabs that I can go through all the notes and categorize everything by dates, by therapist, by patient. So it makes my job very easy. And there's also an event section where we can communicate with the administrative staff. If anything happened, if a therapist said, oh, a patient became ill, had to be hospitalized, let's put therapy on hold for a little while, I can go check and say, why has this patient not been seen in 15 days? I can go and look there and it'll say it. It makes life a lot easier having all the different features on HelloNote.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I haven't fully maximized it. I need you to teach me how to pull up a report for a PTA, because I pay our PTAs by the visit. So, but I'm like, I'm doing one-on-one. I go them one-on-one, and Steve said, "Man, there's an easier way to do that. Go to the report, boom, boom, boom." I'm like, "Duh, I've been
Yeah.
doing this forever." And not forever, you know what I mean. It's I've
Mhm.
been doing it one-on-one. I go to each patient and check, and apparently there's a report that you can print out, not really print, go to, and then boom, you can see all their visits. I'm like, gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So and then of course, for the price that you pay, ladies and gentlemen,
Mhm.
for that very affordable price of how much, technically, Catherine, around $45, depending
Yeah.
on the package that you get,
Right.
$45 EMR. What do you want to do? You want to print it out, type a CMS 1500 form. There's nothing wrong doing paper. They're still doing it. Some people are still doing it. But for $45 a month, that's just half of your visit, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
You can make money. If you're seeing one patient, you already paid your EMR,
Mhm.
and that's the beauty of it. Use the technology to your advantage, and then make the most out of it. So, Catherine, how many staff do you technically have in your clinic or in your practice?
We have about, I would say, about 20 therapists, between physical therapists and occupational therapists, just in New York alone.
Just the New York. Is that how you say it?
Mhm.
New York alone. So imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. Someday I'm gonna be like Catherine, employing that amount of people in their community. So, all right. Well, before I keep on going, I'm gonna take Catherine there for a minute. So we're gonna go on a quick break again. We're gonna go. I'll be back.
Why did I choose autonomy?
Why my agency is empowered by autonomy.
Why did I join Autonomy?
Why I chose to use the autonomy platform.
I chose autonomy because it allows me to have a work-life balance and provide skilled clinical care for my clients.
I chose autonomy because of the amazing support structure that it provides to my consumers and staff.
I feel that autonomy is one of the only platforms that looks at my clients with disabilities as a person, not as a number.
The autonomy platform serves as our back office, therefore allowing us to use our skill set to serve our consumers best, to see the best possible outcomes.
See, Autonomy talks about different things. They talk about value-based care. They intentionally limit the number of clients we serve so that we can stay focused on the main thing and not get overwhelmed. That we can focus on providing for our people, meeting their needs, helping them to develop a level of independence and satisfaction with their lives. And I can get behind that. That's why I'm here.
All right, welcome back. If you want to start your own home health agency, not Part A, not Part B, but the Medicaid waiver system, you got to check out Autonomy. They help you how to set up your own uh, uh, agency wherein you provide non-medical services to the DIDD population. DIDD is basically the Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, wherein you're providing non-medical services for your community. So check it out, autonomy.com. Yes, welcome back to our show, Alternative Healthcare Career Show. You got to check out the TheraHab Fitness if you want to be a what do you call this, a TheraHab fitness instructor, where you're doing some group exercises. Right now you can't do it, but when all is said and done, when COVID is done, no, it's not going to be done. You know what I mean? When everything is back to the new normal and everybody can go out. I've been doing group exercises in our facility that we serve inside an assisted living. We everybody is in mask. They're wearing masks, and we do social distancing, and they hold on to the rails and whatever. So we do that now. So if I can do it inside a facility, you guys can do it too. Check it out. This is actually our commercial that we show in the Jerry Hab clinic that we're opening. All right, so that is actually the intro video that we're going to show in our actual Jerry Hab physical therapy outpatient brick and mortar in Jackson, Tennessee. So we're going to open up our own brick and mortar there, and we're going to provide group exercises for the community there, and hopefully someday we could provide it in the different areas here. So check out TheraHab Fitness if you want to do what I'm doing. Check it out. You can actually do group exercises. And then after that, if they need therapy, obviously that's where you come in as a therapist and build part B. So speaking of part B, we're going to bring in our special guest for tonight. The special guest for tonight is Dr. Catherine Addonizio from Italy, no, from New York, New Jersey area. So we're going to ask her one more question before we end tonight. Dr. Catherine, what is going on in your world there? I got one more question for you, sister.
Okay.
What is your biggest failure and how did you turn it around?
My biggest failure, I would say, was not delegating enough when I first opened my business. It's very hard to learn that transition because I did start all by myself and I was so used to controlling everything and making sure every little thing was done right and my way. And there has to come a time when you can push things off to other people so that you can focus on the more important things of the business. So I had to, hire support staff just to handle different things, such as the billing or administrative work, so I could focus more on treating my patients and, managing the actual business. And then, later on, found a manager. And I would recommend, as your business grows to even bigger heights, getting a partner, because, it is a lot for one person to handle everything.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear what she said? Not learning how to delegate things, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear what she said? I heard it loud and clear. You may not hear me because I speak Tagalog. I'm running out of English. But if you have to learn how to delegate things. You cannot do it all, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot literally do it all. If you are still doing your social media, you're doing your documentation, you're doing your billing, you're doing your treatment, you're doing your evaluation, you're going to have a hard time scaling yourself. Yes, on the first few, months that you're starting, learn. But you have to learn how to let go. You have to learn how to let go and learning how to delegate, ladies and gentlemen. There's this a quote somewhere. I read it somewhere else. Delegate or die. You cannot do it all. Even the physician themselves, they've learned how to delegate. Imagine if the physician is the one who's, checking in the patient, checking the temperature when you go into the clinic. Okay, let me check your temperature. Okay, let me check your blood pressure. No, they've delegated it. They got a nurse, right? They got a medical assistant there. They got whatever, people who assist them along the way. If you're wanting to start your own side hustle, your business, and everything like that, you gotta learn how to delegate. So speaking of delegating, I don't do all my social media stuff. Normally, there's a person behind us here controlling everything. I'm doing it right now because I've learned how to do it. But some other person does this. Even with our social media, the posting of the everything, they've got access to my stuff, and then they post everything for me. I don't do it all. If I do it all, I'd be like crazy. I don't have time. And that's the beauty of the technology nowadays. You have to learn how to delegate. And I like what Dr. Catherine said. She said, working on the business, not in the business. You have to work on it and actually
Yep.
learning how to delegate to other people. And if you don't know how to delegate, you're going to be burned out and you'll be saying, oh, I wish I didn't start this business. And that's where businesses starts to fail because they don't know how to find people to help them. We're all therapists in this group, Alternative Healthcare Career Group. I know we're streaming this in our private group. I know it's streamed also on my Facebook page, but we're all therapists and we want to do it all. Most of us, we want, okay, I want to do the eval. Oh, I want to do this, the paperwork. I want to do the treatment too. I don't want to delegate it to my PTA. Well, that's the reason why there's a PTA. It's called physical therapist assistant, right? And there's also a reason why our profession has divided. From a nurse, our profession used to be under a nursing area, and then it got delegated to being physical therapist, and then being OT, and then speech therapist, and different parts of rehab. The physician, they've delegated it to us. And why not us? We have to learn how to delegate. Delegate your EMR to Hello Note. Shout out to Hello Note. Yeah. And delegate your billing to billing nerds. Delegate stuff. And that's how you can focus on growing your business. Again, thank you very much, Catherine. I
Thank
know
you.
it's nighttime there. Obviously, it's nighttime here too, right? It's later on your time there. Any last parting wisdom for us before we let you go, Catherine?
um, just if you really want to open a business, just look at it and do it. Just think straight ahead and don't look back.
There you go. There you go. I love that. You see that? She did that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you just have to be like what do you call that? They put on the horses?
The blinders.
Blinders. Sometimes you just have to have blinders, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be blind, but you have to have blinders. Stop looking at the distraction on the side. Right now, I'm focusing on Catherine. Right now, that's your focus. Stop listening to the hearsays that you hear. Oh, this is not the right timing to open up a business. Oh, this is not the right time to be my own practice therapy. Or this is not the blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? You're gonna be just distracted. But focus on your goal, like what Catherine said. Focus on that. Focus on that first patient. Focus. Is that how you spell
Yeah.
focus? Focus. What does that mean? Finish one course until successful. Finish one course until successful. When you're in a buffet, you're gonna have a hard time eating all of it. Just focus on one course. You're eating the main meal, just focus on the main meal. You're eating the dessert, just eat the dessert. You cannot have it all. All right, okay. Catherine, thank you very much. I appreciate
Okay.
it. I know it's late there.
Thank
But
you.
again, thank you very much for your time, for your knowledge that you provided us today. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, Alternative Healthcare Career Group, don't forget the word FAST. FAST. Letter F, find friends that will push you to your next level because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with? Are you hanging out with awesome people? Guess what? You're going to be awesome. If you hang out with Rehab on Wheels in New York, in New Jersey area, guess what? You're going to be Rehab on Wheels too. Reach out to them, talk to them, ask Hello Note how to be awesome and how to be great. So find friends. Be specific. Be intentional about finding friends because, like what I said, you're going to be the average. Today, I was driving with my student, she was there. She asked me, Michael, how do you encourage a negative person? How do you encourage a negative person? I said, you won't, you have a hard time going to encourage a negative person. Just like an apple. You put a bad apple in a good set of good apple, that good apples, the good apples will not change that bad apple. It's the bad apple, the one single apple, and it's gonna infect the five bad apples. Am I making sense here? If I'm not, just type in I'm not. But it's that five good apple will not change that good apple. It's the bad one will infect that. And I told the student that I have right now that I'm coaching, I said, changing ourselves is already a full-time job. I myself is a full-time job. You know, me waking up in the morning is already a full-time job. Why focus on trying to improve other people when you cannot even improve yourself first? So don't focus on the negativity. Focus on your goals. So find friends that will push you to your next level. Next letter is letter A. You got to learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing, it's not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Catherine good if you don't take action. It's a free show that we do every Tuesday and Thursday. We got another show every Monday. It's called the Home Health Contract Show. We have a new one coming up every Sunday. And it's not even going to do me good if you guys don't take action. The more you take action, the better. It doesn't have to be big. One small step, one small step, one small step for mankind, a big leap for whatever you call that, right? So one small step, ladies and gentlemen. Next letter on the word fast is letter S. Shoot for the moon. Why? If you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to miss it. You're going to be landing with the stars. I'm almost done. We're almost done. You keep shooting for the moon, ladies and gentlemen. You keep shooting for the moon. You're going to fail. Catherine, I'm sure she owns a business. She has probably failed multiple times. I've failed. I mean, nobody's perfect. I did the group exercise this morning with the group the group exercise that I do. I told them it's not about perfection. It's about progression. The more progress that you do in your life, the better, the closer you get to your goal. So keep pushing. And last but not the least, on the word fast is letter T. Teach it, ladies and gentlemen. Teach it. Teach what you've learned. Don't be selfish. Share your talents. Teach it to somebody else. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you actually teach it, you actually understand it more. Again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. Hey, what's going on, Nick? Thank you very much, man. Well, by the way, Nick and I hanged out. We ate lunch lunch earlier. So nice to meet you again, personally, Nick. So it was nice meeting you. Finally, right, in person. We forgot to take a selfie, man. We should have taken a selfie. Well, again, I wish you all the best, ladies and gentlemen. Be awesome, be great, be excellent, and we will see you next Thursday, same time, same channel. Now we'll see you around, Facebook friends.